So I'm wandering around the sign makers village, the BSGA sign makers village. Lovely to see Chris here. I often see you at shows doing your thing. I've
Yeah.
seen you demo stuff loads of times. I thought you've got something cooler to show us this year, and I thought I'd really
I
like
like
to
the little
look at it.
spin on that.
I think
Yeah.
you see what I did. So go on, tell me what have we got here?
So what we have got is a new safety device, which helps in speed and safety, really. So it's called KoolKap, which is why obviously it was quite a nice little twist there.
Isn't that?
KoolKap.
See what I did there?
This is a prototype at the moment. It's got a patent pending on it, and it's actually up for an award at this year's
This is your
awards.
invention.
My invention, yeah. Purely born out of getting frustrated about having to wait for my heat guns to cool down before I can leave site when we're out and about. So this is the device, basically. So what we've got is an end cap, like a shroud, that goes around the end of the actual heat gun.
Yeah.
It's universal, so we've got a Velcro strap that basically goes around the back of it, to allow the end of the heat gun to be self-contained and it cool down under its own steam, basically. So the idea behind it is you can put that on, put it down, put it in the back of your car, your van or whatever, and the vents just allow the heat gun to cool down on its own. It doesn't come into direct contact with anything, so it doesn't set fire to anything, which means, if we're finishing off our job, we're about to leave, we don't have to wait for the heat gun to turn down, to cool down rather. And, that can be anywhere between standing in traffic for another half an hour, 45 minutes before you get home, or whether you can get off to your next job and get there in time, having to wait for the heat gun to cool down. So,
I mean, this is something. If you're not in the trade, you probably never think this is the thing. But
yeah,
if you're in it, this must be just drive you mad, I guess.
yeah. I mean, me personally, obviously this is at prototype stage at the moment. But since I sort of come up with the idea, the amount of times I've gone, I wish it was ready.
Can
Because
you not use this one?
no, unfortunately, well, the material that it's made of, it's not,
Sure.
It's not up to the standard for obviously
Oh,
taking
because
that
how
kind of
hot do
heat. So
the ends get? I mean, there must be.
when that's been on at full chat, they can get up to about 4,500 degrees, and that's normally, so if we're pushing out 650 degrees, which the temperature of the actual heat gun will go up to, the temperature that actually transmits externally is slightly less than that.
Oh yeah.
So the metal end as such, we'll take this one. So this metal end, I'm not going to touch it because it's actually being on.
Okay.
So the metal end of that, when you're actually touching the external part of that, gets to about 450 to 480 at a push. So it's considerable amount of heat.
Yeah. I mean, you say it's about getting off away from a job, but if you're doing because you're demonstrating
Yeah,
internal architectural
that's
stuff.
another point. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you want to explain?
Yeah. So from an internal point of view, so if I'm in, not just from an architectural point of view, this is all sites
Yeah.
in general. If I'm actually out on site somewhere, let's say I was going for a break or going for my lunch, that heat gun can be sat there like that, and anybody could just, if they need to move it out of the way and just go like pick it up and
Yeah.
prevent themselves straight away. It's a health and safety risk. We just pop that on before we go off for dinner. It's well protected.
Do you know what? It sounds like something that, I mean, it's amazing to come up with this as an invention, but that it hasn't been done before. It's almost like your health.
Yeah.
Was your risk assessment? You think, no, probably has
Yeah.
anyone ever mentioned it? So
I know it's obviously I've done my research on it. It's why I've come up with this. It's why we've gone straight in for going for a patent pending on it. It does sort of blow my mind as to why hasn't something like this been invented. I've used these heat guns and I've been in the industry for 22 years this year, and I came up with this about 6 months ago. It's taken me 21 and a half years to think that might be a good idea. So it's one of those things. Sometimes we go, it's like reinventing the wheel. We go through the day-to-day motions and things are just normal.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden something will happen, or your brain will twig, or you might just be in that right frame of mind at the time where you think, actually, there must be a better way. There must be a better solution. How can I save time? How can I be more efficient? How can I, be more safety conscious?
What's next for this? Then? Are you talking? You say it's patent pending, but what's the next?
Yeah,
step?
so we're up for an award at this year's awards, for the Sign
tomorrow
Graphics
night?
Awards. Yeah, tomorrow night. So ideally it'd be fantastic if we win, so that it can be an award-winning patent pending device. And the idea behind it is basically we're looking for investment and to get this off the ground. We've got all the groundwork all set up and ready to go. So we're just it's just waiting to have the right
So
conversations with the right people.
absolutely. So it's very early days. You've got some
Yeah,
recognition already. Even being nominated is great.
yeah, yeah.
Great. Good luck with it. But yeah, and I would have thought, looks like we've even got a nice logo design going already.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
you thought
even
about
this,
it.
you know, it's
Yeah.
you know, I can't take credit for that. You know, well, the logo I can, but the name my partner came up with. So, you know, any potential buyer, you know, the name has to stay. I'm afraid.
Hey, you said that to
So,
Camera. You could claim that as your
well,
own.
I
Nobody would have
know.
known.
It,
She has all my best ideas. So.
well, I know. We can't take credit for all of them, though, can we? You
Well,
know.
look, really good luck with this. I'll be there tomorrow to cheer you on.
Yeah,
And good luck.
fantastic. Thank you
Well
very
done.
much, Jack. Always
Cheers.
a pleasure.